Do 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 do. All right, we're live. It's episode 22 of Paper and Plastic. Welcome everybody. I'm your host Pop and Sloth, and joined with me is my good friend Dr. Plagueis. How you doing, buddy?
I'm good, man. That was weird. I don't know what was going on there. I've never experienced that before.
Little technical difficulties, but that's okay. And we're joined with a special guest, Aaron from A1's Comic Stash. How you doing?
Hey, what's up, everyone? Doing good. Getting happy we're that much closer to Friday, but yeah, chugging along.
It's
Yeah,
Tuesday. I
amen.
love it. That's the right mentality. We're back. It's episode 22. We're going to be talking comics. We're going to be talking collectibles and everything in between. And thank you guys for joining us. Links in the description for all the fun things. Like, comment, subscribe, and let's hang out. Where do you guys? Do you want to tell us a little bit about yourself, Aaron, just in case anyone's not familiar with what you're doing right now?
Yeah, sure. It's always tricky because it's like obviously there's so much to talk about, right? My name's Aaron. Most folks know me on Instagram as A1's Comic Stash. Not to be confused with A1 Comics. It's a great shop up north in Sacramento. I've been there once, but anyways. So yeah, A1's Comic Stash, and that came from my friends call me A1. So we just said, hey, we'll just make something out of it, right? Yeah, I've been collecting. Well, I mean, I've been reading and casually buying comics since I was a kid. Obviously, as a child, you don't really put much thought into it. You're just buying comics and looking at the cool pictures and stuff, right? But I'd say I started collecting more seriously around like 2018, early 2019, and I kind of jumped back into things. So yeah, ever since then, I've been kind of picking up physical copies of stuff, collecting, reading, more so collecting than reading because gets pretty tricky to have time to read when you got two kids. But yeah, that's pretty much what I'd say. That's a high level summary of me. And if you don't know by now, my big thing is X-Men. Huge X-Men fan. So that's pretty much all I put all my time and effort into.
That's awesome. Are
Yeah.
you keeping up with any of the current X-Men stuff, just out of curiosity?
I think the last big thing I kind of kept up with was Inferno, and then I was somewhat dabbling into the fall of X stuff, but I haven't really kept up with like the current thing. I like what I see in terms of Stegman's run with his art. It looks really good, but I haven't like actually kept up with the story or anything like that.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I think that's Jed McKay writing that one as
Yeah,
well.
McCain
So
Stegman. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, say what you want about where the X-Men is. It's a good team behind it right now. So
Yeah, definitely. I think he definitely brought. I want to say he's Stegman, and I guess for the most part, music always focuses on the artists that they have doing the X Men. But I really like what he's doing. I was looking at some of the original art for issue one at one point when that came out. But of course, at the time, it kind of just like, it's cool, but I don't want to pull the trigger on it. And then like it sold out within the first hour. So yeah, I was kicking myself for that.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
oh yeah, I was gonna say you got
there.
a follow up, Doc.
Yeah, there's so much of it. I'm pretty far behind as well. Yeah, man.
It's hard to keep up. I mean, especially for someone like with me, it's like again, I like collecting a lot. I wish I had more time to read, but collecting stuff just to read it, like then you just end up with huge piles of stuff. I'm not that guy though. I don't like having a lot of clutter. So it's like it's this juggling act for me, like in terms of like, what am I buying for my collection? What am I buying for the purpose of selling? And what am I buying just for reading it and then getting rid of it after, you know? So yeah, it's kind of a juggling act. So I get it.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't relate to the clutter part. I like clutter. I like lots of stuff. I like big long runs, and I don't necessarily mind tucking away stuff to read later, like one day I'll get to all the X-Men stuff, but yeah. I'm a rare breed, I think.
I think there's definitely a lot of people like that though, for sure. I mean, I think you got a different type of collector, really.
Oh yeah.
I think starting out, I was definitely I kept everything, you know. But as the older I've gotten, the more I've done it, I just kind of like just try to have some zen with like my space. You know what I mean? Like, cause like I don't have my own space anymore. I used to have my own office, and then our youngest one was born, so I had to give that up for the nursery. Uh, so it's like, yeah, now that I don't have my own space, I'm trying to just be conscious of like how much space I actually take up with all these books. You know?
Yeah.
So that's totally different. Like I think if like I had my own like space, you know, like an office or like a full on garage where I could put stuff, like yeah, I'd have a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah, it was funny. I moved a handful of months back, and at the point before we moved, I had definitely kind of reached near a cap of like what my collection could be. And so I had even like kind of done a little bit of a purge to kind of free up some space so I could continue, collect, putting together runs and stuff. And then we moved and my space for my comics like doubled. So I was just like, hell
Well, I
yeah,
don't have to
man.
do
Like,
this anymore.
yeah, there's no cap now, and I've definitely fully taken advantage of that lately with some, new spots in town, and yeah, it's out of control, but it's all fun.
So with that, I don't know. I think I mentioned at some point in the last few episodes that I had gotten a new job. I'm moving cities here at the end of the month. I've just got the confirmation of like a place to live today. Like
Nice.
only like an hour before the show, I got like the email being like, "Hey, you can move in." I I'm not gonna have a back. I would be green screening it, man. Like I'm gonna have absolutely no space for anything. It is
Oh
so.
no.
It's a bummer. Uh, so I'm just appreciating what stuff we can see today. But yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be changing spaces here pretty quick, and I don't think I'm going to have a cool backdrop anymore.
Well,
Oh
yeah, that's a
man.
bummer. You know,
Yeah.
when I had to give it my space, I was like, yeah, I got to take everything down, and now nobody can see all my cool stuff. So yeah, I know how that feels, having to put everything away for a bit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah, no, I'll make it work. I'll make it work.
Yeah, yeah, you find your ways. I think even just having like if it's just a small space, it's still your space. You know what I mean? You make it
Exactly.
work.
My little corner, my
Yeah.
little desk.
Yeah.
uh,
We got some great people in the chat.
yeah.
Oh, there's a
A
chat.
lot of the
Yeah, that's what this
a
button
lot
is.
of the
Yeah.
usual suspects.
West Coast Avengers saying
Oh,
hi.
Dave's here.
Yeah.
Shamrock, Finger and Toes, Chem Dog. Oh man, Derek's in here. Good mustaches going
Cracking
on.
his 69 jokes as
Yeah, yeah,
usual.
I'm
yeah.
trying, man. I'm trying.
It's all treasure from Master Chiefer. And then Chem Dog contributing. Kids ruin everything. I think I'm the
They
one here
change
without
everything. Is what I'll say.
Yeah.
They change everything.
Yeah, you're not gonna catch me saying that. Shoot.
No, it's just
I will say I got a cat who knocks everything over. So I don't
yeah.
know.
That too. I got a cat too, and he's a jerk. So it's kind of a good thing I don't have my stuff out anymore. Because yeah, he was that guy. He was always knocking stuff over.
It's funny because I don't know. I don't think I've told this story, but so I've got a room for like the majority of my collection, and I wouldn't say it's off limit to the kids, but they're definitely not going in there unless they're with me. Um, but they're more than welcome to come in, and you know, my 4-year-old daughter is showing interest in comics, so I'm definitely trying to share the hobby with her. But in the main house, I've got like kind of a display of like some of my most prized Star Wars collection, and it's all set up and it's accessible to the kids. Um, and my daughter, she like never messed with it, even when she was a baby, all the way to now, never messed with it. She it would catch her attention and she would admire it, but for the most part, she'd leave it alone so it would stay fully organized and intact. And so I had thought like, oh, my boy who's a little over a year now, like we'll just kind of get him trained the same way we have her. Like we don't touch it, we can look at it. No, dude, it's completely in shambles right now. Like all of the shelving levels that he can reach just destroyed. And there's like he's not catching on at all. Like you tell him no, you kind of get them away from it. Like, no, it's pretty
Yeah.
much a goner at this point.
Yeah, that sounds like my youngest. She's the total opposite of my oldest, and just like doesn't understand though. So, yeah,
Yeah,
I get that.
it's tough. So yeah. Oh
I'm muted. I forgot. I muted myself there. My bad.
yeah.
What have we been picking up over the last week or so? Anything exciting? We've got. You got anything exciting to show off, fellas?
Yeah, let's let Aaron go first because I just remembered I forgot something.
Okay.
Okay. So I kind of just grabbed the stuff that I got in like end of last week, beginning of this week. A mix of raw books and great stuff. I guess the most latest thing was I take this out of the bag. Again, I'm a big X-Men fan. That's like pretty much all I really collect for myself. I'll buy other books that I'll take a look at, read through them, and then just end up selling it or something like that. But like the stuff I keep for myself and like actually put in a lot of money into is X-Men stuff. So lately I've been working on upgrading all the books I have in terms of like the bigger Silver Age keys. So the one I got this week was I upgraded my X-Men 14. Wait, sorry, this way. To a 9.0. Wait, I gotta use this camera. Sorry. I previously had an 8.0 copy, so I bumped this up to a 9.0.
Wow,
Yeah.
This is throwing me off. So yeah, I've been wanting to upgrade this one for a while. I have a 9.0 copy of 12, so I kind of know myself I need to get this one in a 9.0. But yeah, this is it. This came in, and I already have a buyer for my 8.0, so it worked out.
Nice.
That's kind of just been my approach lately. Just like small incremental bumps, at least like 2 points up. And the way I look at it, like when the price between the two is not that big, like it just makes financial sense just to do it. Get a nicer copy. It doesn't cost me that much more. And then, of course, if I have a buyer lined up for the older copy, then yeah, it makes things pretty easy.
Yeah.
Do you
And you have a 9.0 of number 12?
Yeah. That
Oh,
one kind of just fell into my lap, really. I think I had an 8 or 8.5 at the time, and then like a 9.0 popped up, and it wasn't that much more. So I was like, well, why not?
yeah.
So
Wow.
yeah, no, just saying
I was
that. Really, that's what it comes down to. Like the only reason I upgrade is because the price difference between the two just it's not much. So just to me, it's just like why not? How often do you see a 9.0 copy of this book, right? Like if you look at the census, it's pretty damn low. So yeah, that's what I do.
I was gonna ask when you is it I was gonna say is it an opportunity thing like when you see that book just pop up, or are you like specifically like hunting for that book? You're like, no, today this is the week I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna look
Uh,
for it. I'm gonna
I
pull the
think it's a
trigger, or is
combination of both. Yeah,
okay.
it's a combination of both because then I start thinking like again, like I told myself I want to upgrade this book at some point. So like I'd browse eBay and Shortbox and just kind of look out for it, but like I won't jump into anything unless the number makes sense really. And also like I somewhat know who I'm buying it from.
Yeah.
The more I've been doing this, the more picky I've gotten is like who I give my money to for this type of stuff. Um, like even if it's like a good deal, like I don't necessarily want to buy a book from somebody that I know is, for lack of a better term, an a-hole. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I've again pickier with that lately, especially on these bigger books because they get expensive. You know what I mean? So it's like if I could buy it from somebody that like I like doing business with and I know like cares about these books, then hell yeah, I'm gonna give them my money.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't jump into stuff just because I want an upgraded copy. Like I'll try to be patient for the most part. And every so often now and then a copy that's higher than one I have will pop up and it'll be cheap. And at that point it's like, well, why not?
Yeah, that's the other thing too. When you start to get like up into that 9.0 range, especially in those Silver Age books, they're probably well, I mean, they're not popping up as often as
Yeah,
they're just not popping up as often. So
exactly. Yeah, and then like with this one, like there's 9.0s on eBay, but of course it's eBay, right? Everyone's always like
sure,
shooting for the moon on there, right?
yeah,
So like this one, I had to kind of wait like about a year and a half to find a copy from somebody I want that was in the price range that I wanted. So yeah, that happened fairly recently, which is pretty funny because I bought that one and like 2 days later, another one popped up on Instagram. So it's like, well,
oh wow,
maybe somebody saw that about the other one. They're like, hey, there's a buyer out there. So I don't know. But yeah, it's crazy how that happens. And then I'm sure like a week from now, 92 is going to pop up. I'm going to be like, oh, maybe.
Yeah, I got my 14, my X-Men 14 from you, and my 12
Oh, you still have that
probably.
copy. Oh, wow. Yeah, yeah. That
Yeah.
copy of 12 was really nice.
Both of
I remember
them
that
were
one.
really nice. Yeah. I think the 14 had a very light subscription crease,
Yeah.
but aside from that, it's like,
The colors are really nice, right?
yeah,
The
if it
red.
didn't have that, it'd be way up there, definitely.
Yeah.
But yeah, yeah. So
Anything? Did you?
Yeah,
Was
that
that
was
the big pickup for the week?
yeah, that was the big one. And then aside from uh, high grade X-Men slabs, I've also been working on a Mark Jeweler run. So
Of course.
if for those of you who aren't familiar, at one point they were putting this insert into the comic book advertising jewelry, Mark Jewelers. And they only
our
did it
guests
for
are very familiar.
Yeah.
oh.
I show
I
off
didn't know
Mark.
if they were in the know.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I show those off almost on a weekly basis. So
All right,
Yeah.
on. Okay. So then I could skip that still. So, anyways, I've been working on a Mark Jeweler run of X-Men, starting from issues 94 through 278, which was the last issue that they did with the insert. And I'm down to 24 issues. The biggest one that I need right now is 100 and 142. So the final of the Days of Future Past one. So yeah, that's been like a 3-year thing. I think I've been doing this.
wow.
Yeah. Um,
You said they put them in all the way to issue what?
278.
So that's pretty much the entire Claremont run
Yeah, yeah,
in Mark Jewelers.
yeah. Well,
Dude,
there's some issues that don't have it. Like the thicker, giant size ones, the bigger.
sure.
Um, they wouldn't put an insert in those because there was too many pages for them to add another one. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
For like all the giant size stuff doesn't have an insert. So,
Trying to think what issues those would be.
137, which is kind of the one everyone knows of, the finale of the Phoenix. Dark
Okay,
Phoenix
yeah.
run. That one didn't have one. I think issue 200, or is it 150? I think, and like yeah, like the bigger issues basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I will say they did start putting the inserts in them before issue 94, before the Claremont run. They actually started with the reprints.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so that's where they started. But I don't like the reprints, even if they do have an insert in them. So I just skip those.
Wow.
But yeah,
Yeah,
so
Dave says that's the second largest Mark Jewelers run next to ASM.
yeah,
Wow.
which is funny because I feel like I don't find ASM too much as I do X-Men. Maybe that's just because I'm not looking hard enough, right?
Well, and that's crazy because all the Mark Jewelers that I've come across, I've never even found an uncanny Mark Jewelers. I have tons of ASM, but I can't, like, for you. I'm always keeping my eye out, and I can't seem to find anything. It's crazy.
I do appreciate everyone looking out for the most part. I know you do, and a lot of other people that I interact with on Instagram, they'll hit me up every time they see one on there, or even if it's on eBay. Shout out to my friend Albert. He's been hitting me up and helping me out a lot. I think he's getting closer to finishing his run, so every now and then he'll come across some extras and let me know. So he's helped me out. But yeah, it's been fun, fun and frustrating. Probably talk about
You're
the frustrating
close,
part.
man.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty close, but it's just the pricing has been pretty crazy lately, especially with whatnot and stuff like that. I've been seeing some issues like go for like crazy prices on there, and even on eBay also. There was a big one that went up for auction maybe a couple months ago, was issue 108, which is the first John Byrne working on the run.
Yeah.
So his first issue on that run with the insert, it was probably about an 8590 copy, so it looked pretty nice. But I think it sold for like 3 something, approaching $400, a raw copy just with an insert.
Holy crap!
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like I didn't think it was gonna go that high. Like I'll say I bid pretty aggressively because I wanted it. Like that's one that I need. But I think I maxed out at 300. Like I wasn't gonna pay more than that. but yeah, so it went for more than that, approaching 400. There's another one up for auction right now. It's a lot less nicer, so I'm hoping it doesn't go for that high, but we'll see.
As far as the big keys from that Claremont run, what do you have left for jewelers?
100 is the big one that I need right now. I can't find that anywhere. The only one that I've ever seen one is Dan from Dan's X-Men Comics on Instagram. He's the only one I know that has one. And I'll bring it up to him every now and then. I was like, hey man, when you're ready to let go, just let me know. Hopefully I still needed it.
Yeah, that's a tough one, I'm sure, for him.
Yeah. And then the other one I mentioned, issue 108, which again is the first burn run, or first burn issue on the run. And then 142, which is the second part of the Days of Future Past. Those are the big ones I need right now. But all that to say, the latest one I got in was issue camera 107.
Oh, yeah.
So right before John Byrne starts his. This was actually a slab copy that I bought. It was a 6.5.
Oh, yeah.
This way, sorry. Still getting used to this.
Reverse,
it was a 6.5 copy. So I bought it, cracked it out because it was pretty cheap. So yeah, I that much closer to finishing that.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Thanks. It's, like I said, it's been like a 3-year journey. And again, if anyone ever comes across any, let me know, please.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I'm always keeping my eye out for sure. As a run collector, I support all my friends in their journeys like that. So
yeah, it's been fun, man. So that's kind of what I got. What did you guys get this week or recently?
Doc, you wanna go first?
Yeah, I'll go ahead.
Yeah,
I got a bunch of modern stuff this week. Because I've been usually I'm showing off some older stuff, but I've just been living my best life with this secondary LCS that offers me great variant covers and ratios that my local LCS doesn't really offer me. So I got the Boland variant of Absolute Batman, which is just super sick. And did either of you, are you reading Absolute Batman, Aaron?
No, I'm not. I've been kind of keeping tabs on it. I saw one of the pages from that recent issue though, where like he's all juiced up. Like, he looks crazy.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty badass. I like how they're depicting him.
It's wild. I think this issue is like over a week old now, or it'll be a week tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Wednesday.
So
I have.
Wait.
I haven't read it. I haven't caught up. I got all my absolute.
Oh man. Okay, dude. Go read this after the show, please, because this is pretty awesome. I really enjoyed that issue. But yeah, awesome Boland cover. This is a little older, but this is Flash 197, which is the first appearance of Professor Zoom. I can't remember his real name because it's a different version. But all of this came from Comics Place in Bellingham, except for one issue. 1 in 10 variant of Transformers with the awesome
Devastator.
What's his name? Devastator. Yeah.
There you
go. I can't remember what this is. I think it's the 1 in 25 of the death of Silver Surfer.
I believe so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, just I'm really enjoying being able to get those. Maybe a little too much. I missed this. It's not like it doesn't have any crazy value by any means, but it came in that collection I bought a few weeks ago, and I was kind of re-sorting through it, and I didn't realize that.
Oh yeah,
X-Men the movie. Yep. So that's Arthur Adams art on kind of like the movie accurate versions of the characters.
That's very cool. I've never seen that.
Yeah, it's really sick.
I have one of it's like the movie photo cover of it. but I didn't know they actually did a variant cover of that. At least
Yeah, so
with
this
Art
has the
Adams.
Wizards of the Coast logo on it, so I don't know if it
Okay.
was some kind of like mail-in thing or what.
Yeah.
I bet Dave's gonna chime in and know.
You know, that
Um,
was one of the first X-Men comics I ever got. Was that one?
oh, really?
Wow.
Yeah.
This exact copy?
Yeah. X-Men
Oh,
the
wow.
movie. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, I love Arthur Adams. He's one of my favorites, and it's kind of cool to see him like on the. I mean, X-Men's not obscure for him, but like the movie accurate versions of those characters is a little obscure for him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um, and
Yeah.
then yeah, just on the topic of Arthur Adams. So in 2020, they did a whole bunch of reprintings of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. Like all kinds of shops got exclusive variant covers done by various artists. And what was cool was they did them in the actual size of the original Ninja Turtle comics, which were more of a magazine size.
Yeah.
And so Arthur Adams did a variant cover for Torpedo Comics out of Las Vegas. And so I had shown this on my story, but I got that with both Eastman and
Oh.
Adams autographs on it. And then
Oh,
it
yeah.
has the COA. So
That's
just
cool.
kind of some of those variants were really sick, and so I've kind of picked up a handful of them, and yeah,
Oh yeah.
added that one recently. So
Nice. Oh, I love that you got that X-Men in the movie one because I forgot I even had that one in my collection. So seeing you have it, it was like, oh man, that's
yeah, I
where it began.
it almost was gonna end up in my for sale box, and then I saw it and was like, nah, that's Arthur Adams. That's probably needs to stay in my collection.
That definitely would have been my first Arthur Adams book without ever knowing who Arthur Adams is for sure. Easily.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Yeah, easily. I picked,
Unfortunately, he doesn't do the interiors.
no. I picked up some really cool stuff. Do you still have a few more things to show?
No, I'm good. You've been keeping some secrets from me, so I'm excited to
Yes.
see.
So over the weekend, I went and visit my lovely friend Angie, who runs the eBay store, which I show. So I picked up a couple books from her. Actually, that's not true. I picked up one book from her. This really dope Punchline graded. I don't know if you guys can really see it too well there.
Yeah. Who did that cover?
This one is Justine Franny.
Okay.
It's just I don't know. I don't have a good Punchline cover, so.
So funny little side story about that book, and when you posted it on your story,
Yeah.
was apparently you and Rev had just become friends on Instagram,
Yep.
and he hates Punchline with a passion. Me and him have had full on debates in our DMs about her, and he was like, "Dude, me and Sloth just became friends on Instagram, and he goes and posts a Punchline book in his story."
I had to. I just
Yeah.
it was the cosmic connection there.
Yeah.
I'm on Team Punchline with you there, bud. The other thing I picked up was I finally got an all new Wolverine #1. I don't know why I didn't have this in my collection already. I think maybe I just every time I saw it, it was just way overpriced, and the guy gave it for like cheaper than his asking price. So I was like, yes, please.
Nice. Yeah, that's a great book.
The last book I picked up, and this is from my local comic book shop. They did me dirty by even displaying it. They should have known it should have gone straight into my box, but I let them slide. This is the Marvel Rivals #1 Psylocke Scott Campbell. Oh no, we lost Aaron.
Oh no.
He got too jealous too quickly. Let me send him I'm just going to send him an invite again really quick here.
Sure.
But yeah,
That's,
oh.
Is he popping in?
I don't know. I don't know what that sound was.
Oh,
He kind of I don't know what that was. But anyways, this is signed by J. Scott Campbell. As you can see there.
oh wow.
Little certificate.
Yeah,
Authenticity.
that's sweet.
I think limited to 3,000, and this is number 196. Yeah, there we go. Man, I can't believe he dropped out right at that moment.
Yeah.
He was definitely too jealous, but I sent him a link here. Hopefully he
Finds it.
he comes back to us here in a moment. Maybe it's the old Wi-Fi dropped out. I know that feeling all too well.
I just wanted to shout out Caleb Leland in the chat. I don't if we've seen him in here before. It's been a while, but he's a buddy of mine from another show that we participate in the chat. So happy he could swing by.
Rev definitely goes full rage pun on punchline.
Yeah, maybe one night we could have like debate night and get Rev on, and we can make our case for her and see if we can't get him to do a little reading up to it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh.
Thanks, Caleb, for stopping by.
We got him.
Oh, there he is.
Sorry, I don't know what the heck happened. Can you guys
That's
see me
that
okay?
Cali internet connection.
Probably, you know.
Don't sweat. Oh, there we go.
Sorry.
No, we're
You're
good.
man.
We're good.
Go ahead and show him what he missed out on.
I'll show him what he missed.
Yeah. So last thing I got was somebody was angry about punchline. Oh wow.
So that's the Marvel Rivals #1 with the signature from J. Scott
With
Campbell.
Yeah, it's signed too.
Yeah, authenticity and everything.
Nice.
Yeah, no, this was. I know, Doc. You don't dabble with the Marvel Rivals, and I'm not sure if you do, Aaron, but it's a pretty big part of my life these days.
Yeah, no, I think when I saw the first trailer for that game, I was like, oh, this is it. This is gonna be the game that gets you back into gaming. But yeah, it didn't happen.
Oh, that's fair. It's sometimes you want to just punch yourself in the face when you're playing it, and the other times you're like you feel so good. But yeah, no, I picked that one up.
Yeah, I think it took me more because I played Overwatch for a little bit. So when I saw this come out, I was like, oh yeah, I'm like, this is two awesome things coming together. But yeah, it didn't pull me in enough.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Character design in it though is phenomenal.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks really cool.
I don't know if I can. I don't know. I will see if I can pull up like a better image of because my comic book shop actually had all of the there was 4 different covers I think that Scott did for that issue, and I think he's doing batches of 4.
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Yeah, and I know for that first one he did
Right back.
the oh man, Invisible Woman here looking great.
So is that game interactive, like with other people?
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah, yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, and there's a lot of great covers for this. The Luna Snow one, and then the only one that was actually still available at my shop was the Squirrel Girl one, and I went there on Wednesday. It was still available. By Friday, they had sold it pretty quickly.
Dang.
But yeah, those are some fun. I think he's got another batch of them coming out too for the most recent issue. Which, sorry, Doc, I ended up picking you up a variant for that one.
For which one?
For the Marvel Rivals issue that just came out last week, I think.
Oh.
And I only picked it up because it's an artist you like, and I know it wouldn't have been on your radar at all.
Ron Lim?
Do you want me to I can show it to you if you like.
Yeah, I kind of want to see it.
Surprise.
I mean, at this point, I feel like we have a pretty good idea of what we're giving each other anyways, so I feel like it's...
Oh, yeah.
Hold on, I'm gonna find like a picture of it online because I don't feel like digging it out of the box, but I guess...
And what's up, John?
There we go.
Paper Chase Comics.
Oh, Paper Chase is here.
Yeah.
Yo. Okay, so I picked up this one for you here, which is a
Oh, whoa. Stan Sakai.
little-
Oh my God.
yes,
Oh wow.
sir.
Dude,
Yes,
sick.
sir. So I got
Wow.
that coming for you.
That's cool.
Well, on that topic, another plug. Everybody needs to make sure they watch the Dave's West Coast Avengers Stan Sakai interview again this week. Watch it every
Watch it
week
again.
for the rest of eternity. It's so good.
And here's a little Easter egg for you.
Man.
So this is the Punisher here. And this is actually a design that Peach Momoko did for the Punisher. So you get a nice little Stan Sakai doing Peach Momoko Punisher there.
Wow. Yeah, that's
I don't know.
great.
No, it's a really cool cover. It looks great in person. The
What
digital
a
image doesn't
treasure he is, man. I mean, we're so lucky to have him.
Well, when I first saw his art, I was like, okay, like, it didn't do anything for me the way it does now. The way I see his art now, I'm just like, that is spectacular. Just an incredible artist. And I mean, again, you're right, a treasure, an absolute treasure. Oh, we
lost Aaron again.
I was like, man, he's staring real intensely while we're talking about Stan.
Oh man. Well, as soon as we get him back, we'll jump into his topic so he can maybe head out early.
Oh no, he came right back. We got him right back.
Okay.
He knows the drill now. He's loading in. Okay, I see some questions here. Is Marvel Rivals similar to Fortnite? No, it's similar to Overwatch. Yeah. There we go. Zimman said, I never played Overwatch, just a COD player. There's some aspects that are similar. It's a first-person shooter. Chemdog saying, I'm loving all the newer Usagi books. Have you been reading any of them there, Doc?
Yeah, actually, he spoke about so he has a book coming out this week that's the start of a storyline that is kind of based off of some real life happenings. He spoke about it in his interview with Dave, and it was actually like some very very touching stuff. So because of that interview and how he spoke of it, I'm really anticipating the book tomorrow. So my LCS better have it, or I'm gonna be throwing a fit. Yeah.
Sorry, which book was that one?
So it's actually issue 4 of 10,000 Plums, but it's kind of the start of a new storyline. So it's kind of like
Okay.
But yeah, the series is called 10,000 Plums, and it should be issue number 4 out of 5.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how long the storyline's going to be. I would imagine 2 more issues. I'm not really sure.
Oh, I got you issue 1 of this. I have that sitting aside here for you too. That's right. It was a cool variant of that one.
Yeah.
But issue 4. Okay.
And I want to say I'm up on that. I'm pretty sure I am.
Yeah, this one says it's a 2-part tale, so it might just
2
be
issues. Yeah.
2 issues.
Yeah. Tabo.
Oh, Tabo.
Yeah, kind of weird that it fell like at the end of a 5-part series, because I don't think that the previous 2 issues, I might be wrong, but I don't know that they tie into the final 2 issues. I'm not really sure. Maybe they do, but either way, it's going to be good. You could tell it, like the whole thing kind of made Stan a little emotional, so I was like, okay, this is going to be really good. Yeah.
Oh, I might have to check that out too. I know I've got like 20 books on my pull list for tomorrow though, so yeah, it's another big week.
Dang.
Yeah, Chem Dog's right on. It's all good. Space Usagi has been really good, and of course, Ninja Turtle. Uh-oh.
Oh, we still got you there, Aaron?
Oh, not again.
Not again.
No, I can hear you. I can hear you still. Oh no, there we go. You lost it again. Oh no. We can never go. We can never go like an episode without some sort of technical difficulties, huh?
Yeah. Maybe we'll recommend him working off of his
try like using like 3G or something.
yeah.
I'll send him a
Next
message.
week, everyone needs to check out
Oh yeah, of
Tramp
course.
of the Apocalypse from Dark Horse. Ooh. Well, Dave said it, so we've got to.
So I'm just sending Aaron a quick message.
Okay.
I wonder. Watch his phone just like be dying or something.
Yeah.
We already had Friday the 13th. That's right. Oh, we get him back one more time. There we go.
There he is.
I give up. I don't know what the heck's going on. It like just dropped me off, but like the app was still open. It just wasn't showing anything.
That's so
Well,
weird.
we'll go ahead and jump into some of the topics that we were kind of basing around you being a guest, and then if they continue, you can just hop off.
Sorry.
Oh,
No, we'll
it's all
spare
good.
you.
We dealt with this last week, just us. So
Okay.
it's kind of a disaster show, but
Yeah, it was all right.
it was fun.
Just makes things more interesting, I'd say.
Yeah.
Keeps you on your toes. So what we were going to chat about, the topics better than I do. Actually, you made the post.
Can you refresh my memory?
The post included new releases, collecting goals, comic events. Oh, because there was you hosted a comic.
Oh, the swap.
Comic
Yeah.
swap. There we
Okay.
go.
Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Sorry, my memory's good for like 5 minutes, if that. So I just need a little refresher sometimes. So yeah, we're kind of living in a time when, as comic collectors, if you're not into, all things pop culture, like if you're just kind of, a hardcore comic person, the big comic cons these days probably aren't necessarily your cup of tea. They're certainly not the best place to go look for, good deals. You'll find plenty of good books, but the deals are kind of a needle in a haystack these days.
Yeah.
And I think, at least speaking for myself and some of my friends, like we're really enjoying the comic swap, which is a place where there's a lot of sellers who are just kind of, maybe selling off their collection or coming to do trade. Um, it's a place where you probably can go and find some good deals, and haggle a little bit and maybe bring, a stack of books for trade. Um, and I think, you know, um, I enjoy them a lot. And so you recently hosted your first event of this nature, and yeah, we just kind of wanted to let you dive into, what it took to get that, pull that off, and how the experience was. And yeah, just, you plan to do it again? I think we talked about, and
Yeah.
so yeah.
So I'll probably be the first person to say like the thought of doing it was pretty overwhelming at the time. Um, I mean it. I felt like ultimately, uh, I was kind of inspired by the local events that kind of go on out here. One of the bigger ones being Near Mint Sundays. Shout out to CJ. Was the main organizer for that event. Doing it twice a year now. But yeah, just it's like if cons aren't the thing anymore for us collectors, why can't we just make our own thing? You know what I mean? And it's like you don't have to reinvent the wheel. All you really need is space. That's the biggest thing. Like you need a big space to allow everyone to be there. You know what I mean? So it sounded simple enough in my head, but of course, like getting myself to do something is kind of a big task. Like you talk about it, you're like, yeah, I can do this, but actually doing it, it was pretty daunting at the time. But I kind of just talked myself into it because there's a fairly big con that happens out here. And when I say out here in Southern California, I live in the city of Fontana. Uh, but there's a big convention that happens in the city of Ontario. It was only about 20 minutes away. So I started thinking to myself, well, I know sometimes, like when you think about San Diego Comic Con, it's a huge event and they have like these after parties afterwards, right? Like just in the neighboring area. So I was thinking, like, well, why can't we just kind of do something like that? Instead of doing a party, we'll just have a comic swap, but it'll be at a brewery. So obviously people want to have a beer, they can do that, right? But it's really just kind of piggybacking on the fact that there was going to be a convention in town. And I was thinking, well, I'll invite all the people I know on Instagram and my friends and stuff like that. And hopefully maybe we can get some of the people that are attending the convention to come to the swap too. You know what I mean? Because again, the whole focus on this is just comic books. So if you're at the convention for comic books, you can just come down the street and there'll be more comic books there. I didn't want to say, hey, you'll probably find better deals, but
Yeah.
I think most people know that's kind of a given. So yeah, I kind of just looked at this out. It's like, you're piggybacking on something that's already going on in the area. So there'll be more foot traffic. A good amount of people on social media in terms of all the people I deal with in Southern California going to comic book shows. And that's the thing about it, really. Like, even if there's like an event going on like an hour and a half away, you'll still see the same people there. Like you see the same people at every con. It's funny because like you get to know their names just bumping into them. It's like, oh, hey, did you find anything at the last show you were at? And you just get to know people that way. So I felt like I kind of built up enough of a following of all these people I know in the area to invite them. Say, hey, I'm going to try doing something out here if you guys want to make the trip out here. Because there's already con going on down the street. So it's like, two things. You get to go to the con, and then maybe you'll come down to the event and hopefully find something there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course the biggest thing was like, well, where are we going to do it at? And this wasn't something like I didn't want to put like a lot of time and money into. So it's like wasn't trying to like book an event hall or something like that. So I kind of just approached Rowdy's. Shout out to John and Alan. They're the owners and brewers at Rowdy's. I used to go there a lot when I worked down the street, probably more than I should have. But then I changed jobs and I moved out here. But I would still go every so often, and they started doing a lot of events at the brewery. They're doing like Dungeons and Dragons. They were having like live music on Saturday nights. So they really opened up the spot to the community. Like, hey, you can come do stuff over here. And they were really about kind of like a punk DIY ethos. So I felt like, well, this is kind of perfect for me trying to just do my own comic book show. So I brought the idea to them, and yeah, they were on board from the jump, which I was really surprised about. Of course, I feel like I make it such a big deal in my head, but when you just ask people, they're just like, sure, why not? And they were pretty damn impressed with the turnout. So they've already asked me when we're going to do the other one. So I feel like at this point, I kind of have to do another one because they're asking, and then everyone that attended was asking me about it. So, and yeah, it went great, honestly. It went better than I expected. But the whole time just thinking like, well, how can I make this better? And I think that's kind of just my personality, just like, how can I do something better? So yeah, I got some ideas for the next one, which I'm thinking is probably going to be the end of summer, early fall, around that time. But obviously I'll share it all over the place on Instagram, so everyone spread the word. But yeah, I mean, it seems simple enough. But if you guys have any questions about it.
Well,
Yeah,
no,
no, I mean, it's just
oh, thank you.
Yeah, go ahead, Doc.
Yeah, it's just it looked like a great show. You got some really good, like Mickey from Swaggle House did
Which
a
I
little
was
coverage of it.
When you walked in, I was just like, "Oh, wait, you're here?" Because I
Yeah.
but I was like, "You're here?" And I had asked him like, "Oh, did you go to the con first?" And he's like, "No, I just came over here." And I was just like, "That's crazy to me! Like, you made the trip out here?" Because I know he's like out in LA, which I'm from Fontana. LA is like a 45-minute trip on a good day. So
yeah, I really appreciated his coverage of it because he kind of hit on the same point that I made, where like, the Comic Cons are fun, and if you're into pop culture, it's the place to be. But as like just a comic book purist, maybe just not the best place to be. And he kind of spoke on like how this the new Comic-Con for comic book collectors, and he gave you some really good coverage of it, and I just thought he made some really great points about the comic swap idea. And yeah, I definitely had some major FOMO just seeing the stories and kind of your recap. And like I would travel for something like that. Like, it might not seem like to most people like a travel worthy thing, but I would much rather go to Southern California for something like that versus like, anything else
Yeah, like
really.
a big
Uh,
con. Yeah,
sure.
and
I mean,
yeah, I think
I'd
that
love to experience a San Diego Comic Con, but not necessarily for comics, just to experience it as an experience. But
and I
right
think that's
now, as it
exactly
is,
it. It's like that's just it. It's an experience, like you go to
yeah,
that for the event itself. You're not there for comics. Yes, for comic book collectors, but you understand you're not going to find any comics there. You might
right,
find some stuff that's overlooked, but you have to spend hours digging through everything there and walking around. It's a long process. And I have a lot of friends that go every year, and they ask like, "Oh, hey, I have a free pass. Do you want to go?" I'm just like, "Nah, it's just I don't. That's just too much. Like I don't want to do that."
yeah,
Um, but yeah, it's just I think Mickey did a great job talking about it, and just like it's really just about getting back to the basics. It's like we like comic books. Yes, these big events are fun, but it's like we just want comic books, so let's just do our own thing. You know what I mean?
yeah. Dave said he's gonna hire us to produce his first ever Dave EngerCon, which, dude, say less, man.
Yeah, let's
Um,
do it, Dave.
yeah, that would be a lot of fun. Any opportunity I get to spend time with Dave, I would take advantage of that. We have never really had a true comic book swap here in my town, and we're having our first one in July. So
Nice.
I'm curious to see how that'll go. The new comic book shop that opened up recently is hosting it, and I'm pretty excited for it.
That's
The guy that opened the comic book shop, he frequents a lot of the shows around the Northwest, and so he's got some pretty good connections, as well as I'm obviously going to help him promote it. So hopefully we could get some people over for this. Unfortunately, Dave can't make it, but um, yeah.
um,
So
that's smart though. I think kind of again piggybacking off the LCS. You know what I mean? Like obviously they have regular customers. You're a regular customer. I'm sure there's more people like you that would like some type of event like that. So that's
oh
a
yeah,
really good idea. That's something I wanted to do for this one. I just kind of ran out of time and just talking to the LCSs in the area. There's two of them in the general area, but just even leaving flyers there at the counter or something like that, just to kind
yeah,
of get them. Because yeah, like everyone wants to dig through comic books, and I think it's better just being able to hang out with other folks and seeing what they collect. You know what I mean? Especially because
yeah,
the LCS that were here, they specialize more in modern stuff. Which yeah, you get people there that have their pull lists and stuff, but I'm sure there's not much of um, a supply of like vintage books, which you can get from other folks, right? So I feel like
yeah.
it would be really appealing. So I think it's a great idea though that you kind of paired up with LCS to do that.
Yeah,
And
and the Near Mint Sundays too. You shouted them out, and I've seen coverage over the years of that show, and even, you know, I was familiar with it when I was in Vegas, and so Gorilla Todd had the flyers at his shop, and I was like, oh man, like you're advertising Near Mint Sundays, and he's like, oh yeah, you know what that is? I'm like, yeah. I was like, you may know one of my buddies who attends and has probably vended there before, and I said you, and he was like, oh yeah, I think I do know him. So it's just like, it's crazy, like the
yeah, I got pretty
community that can be built from stuff like this. So yeah,
yeah, definitely. It got pretty big, and like yeah, I remember talking to CJ. I was like, yeah, we got to find out how we get people from like across the state, not just in the immediate vicinity of Southern California, but like we get people from Nevada, like Gorilla Todd, and like people from
yeah,
up north, like Crap, what's his name? But anyways, I was trying to say we got people from like Central California coming down and people from Northern California coming down and setting up at the show. And so yeah, it's a big draw. It's a huge show. My favorite one, like out of every pure comic book show I've gone to, like that's my favorite show, and I love the fact that I could set up there. Always find good stuff there, even whether I'm there to sell stuff or if I'm there just to buy. I always find something good. So.
Hell yeah. And I mean, it's such a great way to foster community doing this kind of stuff too, right? Like it's almost like instant community, right? Like I'm sure, like you said, people already want to know when the next one's coming up, right? Like that's you just made a little community right there. That's amazing, right?
Yeah. And I think for the most part, most of the folks that showed up were people I knew already, but it's just you can tell like they were pretty enthusiastic about it, which to me that meant a lot because I feel like I'm the only one really out in this area of the Inland Empire. Again, it's about 45 minutes out from LA, which everyone's usually in LA or Riverside. But yeah, like hearing all these people that I know that are like farther away from me say like, "Hey, this is really cool. I want to do it again." Like I'm just like, "Wow, you guys actually want to come back out here?"
Yeah.
This just goes to show like if you build it, they'll come. Like even if it's out in the middle of nowhere, like people show up. It's just comic books.
I love it.
I might even make it to one, man. I've
I'll
expressed
let you know
many
way ahead
times
of time.
to you.
Like I said, the airport's right down the street from the brewery, so like you could fly in and like fly back out like within 2 days, and you'll be good. It shouldn't be that expensive.
Yeah, I'll do it. I used to fly out there just to spray paint all over LA. So
Oh, nice.
yeah,
It's,
I
it's
mean,
totally worth it, man. Like I said, if you do it, I'll totally drive you around if you need to. Yeah, it's like I said, it's all everything's close by the airport there, so it'd be cool.
I just hate flying so much, dude. Oh,
I get it.
yeah.
We traveled to Texas a couple weeks ago with kids for the first time, and that was very nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Oh, that's one thing right now I've got a couple distant families staying here at the place, and they've got a couple little rugrats running around. I'm like, I hear them stomping up there. I hope it's not picking up on the mic.
Yeah. No, surprisingly, it drowns that stuff out pretty good because I've had shows where I've heard my kids screaming in the background, and I'm like, oh God, like, are you going to hear that? And I went back and watched it. You can't hear anything, which is great because it's been some pretty big temper tantrums.
I could hear my oldest on top of me. His room's like directly above me, so I could hear him. And I'm like, I wonder if they get all that.
Yeah.
You're good.
No, I can't hear anything. Yeah.
So what else were we talking? Was there any new releases on your guys' radar for this week? I know, Doc, you mentioned the Usagi Jimbo stuff that's coming out, but is there anything else that you guys are keeping up on?
Oh, my pull list wasn't too big this week. Nothing's really standing out. Just the usual. There's probably some absolute stuff coming.
I was
Flash.
surprised you're not saying New Gods right off the top.
New Gods, yeah, I gotta reread. Last episode was just it. I don't know. I don't want to say it lost me, but it was a lot to comprehend. So I got to reread that to kind of gather my hype for it back up. But I think there was a lot of figure releases that I've been avoiding.
Yes, sorry. Yes, there was. Yeah. Aaron, are you much of a collectible action figure kind of guy, or?
In a way, I kind of got back into it, and I kind of told Jacob about this. Been collecting them with my kid. Like we like playing with them, so I'm collecting them in a sense like we're buying them to play with them. So we don't keep stuff stored. Again, going back to me not liking clutter. But yeah, no, I saw recently those Marvel the Gamerverse ones.
Oh yeah,
look amazing. I think I for sure want to get all those for us. But of course, like I'm gonna get them and open them. But I mean, fuck it, right?
Oh yeah.
I've sent a few figures your way for you and your son, right?
Yeah. He really likes the scroll. I don't know if he's like the general or something. We have to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he really likes that one. We're always doing storylines with the scrolls because we got two. We got a super scroll and then we got that one. So they're usually the main
Nice.
that we use a lot of time.
Nice.
Yeah.
Some of the first stuff is some of the
Oh,
McFarlane stuff we've been waiting for a little while now is getting actual in-hand images.
yeah.
There's a sweet Kingdom Come cover figure. That's Alex Ross artwork, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wow. Yeah.
that's got to be. And that's I think I want to collect this line, but I'm also like really don't want to because I think there'll be the Kingdom Come one, and then there's the Dark Knight Returns, and I think there's the Killing Joke.
Ooh.
I think there's the 3 of them announced so far, and I'm like, really tempted to, but
Is the Killing Joke one the one that was stolen? The whole truck of them was stolen?
yeah, I think
Oh
so.
wow, I remember reading about that.
Yeah. They're starting to pop up now.
Yeah.
And they're really pricey.
There was this new Merciless Batman Who Laughs 2-pack.
Wow.
I got the original Build-A-Figure for this Merciless, so I'm not too keen on this one, but hey, it's a cool pack for those who didn't get it. This Superboy, thank you. Been waiting for a Superboy for a long time, so Superboy's sweet.
Wow.
Wonder Woman. I don't know who wanted a Steve Trevor action figure.
I'm always
getting
by that. Like some of the characters that they make figures for is like, who asked for this?
Right, and then we still don't have like a big Barda or
There's
Jessica.
no Harley Quinn. There's no Harley Quinn.
That's weird.
How do we get Steve Trevor? There's no comic. There's no
Big Barda would be cool though. That'd be a cool figure.
Yeah. She's got to be coming because they just made Mr. Miracle. You can't. At some point, she's got to be coming.
Which I saw also, somewhat tangent. They're gonna do a show.
Yeah. Animated.
Based off the Tom King.
Yeah.
Yes.
One of the few DC titles I've read in the past couple of years. That was one of them because I loved his Vision run. So I picked that up. I picked up Mr. Miracle again, leaving Marvel just to read DC just because Tom King was working on it. So that was a good one.
Did you
DC
ever read Marvel?
Kills it with their animation.
Yeah, I definitely like that. Now that I work from home, a lot of time I have DC stuff playing in the background just because I have all this extra time, and yeah, I really enjoy it.
Yeah. God, I want those 2 figures like more than anything.
That the original Sandman?
Yeah.
Yes, sir. No, these guys look great.
So
I'm a little bummed they didn't give him a fabric wired cape, but
yeah,
I'll survive. Without it. But yeah, Sandman looks great. Wait, were we calling him Mr. Miracle or Mr. Terrific? I always get them mixed up.
Mr.
Bad.
Miracle.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did I say Mr. Terrific before?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Did I say it? I wonder if I said it.
It happens. I've had the worst one on this show. So
yeah, Mr. Sinister.
I called Sinestro Mr. Sinister. Well, meanwhile, I claim to be the biggest Green Lantern fan ever. Like,
ouch.
Yeah, blasphemy.
These ones, I don't know if anyone's too crazy about these guys. These are more or less just re-releases. A cool Batman inspired by Toraka. I don't know the artist. I'm sorry.
Really?
A certain artist who's done a couple Batman with the extra long ears, I guess.
I'd love it if we could get a Kelly Jones Batman.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like we'll get every Batman iteration eventually from McFarlane.
Yeah. True.
Yeah,
This
can't not do all of them.
Yeah.
Batman sells.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh,
I
man.
cannot wait for this figure too.
Yeah.
Little Metron. Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't give him like a little mother box or something, but that's just me. Mirror Master. and Beast Boy. Was there anything else? Oh, they're doing like a Ross exclusive Superman for the movie.
Who cares?
Who cares? Kite Man's coming.
God.
Wow.
How do we have Kite Man before we have Harley Quinn or Poison Ivy?
Yeah. Yeah, that's the other one too. Poison Ivy. Yeah.
That makes no sense.
Gosh.
That's so weird.
Doc, I don't know if you saw this, but we're getting a common release of the Ronin from Star Wars Vision.
Oh, yeah. I gotta get the one. The set.
So
But that's
yeah,
cool.
the set will be the black and white. This one's colored, and this one does not
Yeah.
have that little fabric cape. It's just the plastic kind of cape, but a nice option for those who don't want to spend $100 on a 2-pack.
Right.
But I feel like the black and white, it has to be black and white, right? Because that's what the episode is in black and white, right? So you want the black and white one. I don't know if you're too interested in getting like some Jedi Temple guards, but we got some Temple guards, and then I can never remember how to pronounce this chick's name. Barris Off.
Oh, Barris Offrey?
Yeah.
Offie? Yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Well, great character again.
So
I wish we seen more of her.
Got Shakti.
I think
And
recently.
and then we got another female Jedi. Okay, yeah. I don't know.
I mean, hey,
Cool.
I think there's so many good Star Wars characters and Star Wars character designs that get really overlooked, and I think some of those even lie in the prequel stuff and the Clone Wars animated stuff and that kind of. But yeah, I think it was it the Twi'lek? What's her name? The blue chick.
Sakura.
Yeah,
Isla Sakura, yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think we got a re-release of her recently. Are you a big Star Wars guy, Aaron?
Not really. I felt like as a kid the movies were cool, but it was just a movie. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like fandom didn't go outside of that. So like I'll pick up comics every now and then just because, but I never really went beyond that. I bought a few toys as a kid. Or I should say, who didn't buy toys when episode 1 came out, like right?
Oh yeah. That Darth Maul figure.
Yeah, it wasn't all encompassing the way Marvel comics are for me. So yeah, it never really stuck.
Yeah. Sorry, I just realized there was a lot of people commenting on Kite Man.
They're mad that we disrespected him, or they put some respect on his name.
No, I think the general consensus is, who the fuck is he?
He had his own show, right? I haven't watched it yet, but he had his own animated show.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
Oh, that's so
funny. I love our chat.
Yeah, I love him too. And I love that Caleb comes in with an actual answer. He's a joke character from the Silver Age. He gets brought back once in a while, but he's a terrible character.
Thank you, man. That about sums it up.
A Batman or a Flash villain, I would imagine. So I feel like they both had, mainly Flash, I feel like had a lot of weird
I think he was a Batman villain. I don't know. Do you know, Doc? Do you know if he was a Batman or a Flash villain, or?
I think he was a Flash villain.
I feel like a lot of those.
I want to say his first appearance was in a Flash comic, but I might be totally wrong.
And then Condiment King. You guys have Condiment King fan?
I didn't know that was a thing, but that sounds pretty funny.
Have you not seen Condiment King?
Oh yeah.
He's an actual character, right? He's not just like a bit from the TV show. Do you know what I'm talking about?
I thought it was just a bit from the TV show.
Oh
no,
Yeah, he first appeared in Birds of Prey 37, apparently.
Wow.
Condiment King. Yeah, classy, great character.
Does anybody are you able to look up Kite Man's first appearance?
Yeah, I'll pull it up for you.
I'm curious now.
Kite Man first appearance. It was in Batman 133 of
Wow.
Oh,
August
wow.
1960.
Jeez. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
I felt
Flash
like
did have a lot of very weird villains, so that's probably why.
yeah, but even like Batman, I just think of like Polka Dot Man. Like that's fucking weird.
Yeah.
As I said, he's either Batman or he's Flash because they both have their own really weird characters in that time period.
Well, who is Weathermaster a person or weather something? Weatherman,
No,
Weathermaster,
Sportsmaster, right? But I don't know about.
Sportsmaster. He was a Sportsmaster, yeah.
Yeah, I know him, but I don't know about Weather Master.
Who's the Marvel villain with the big eyeball head? I don't. It's this shouldn't be
Oh,
slipping my mind.
The Orb, I think.
The Orb, yeah.
Right?
I love. I'm reading Original Sin right now, and I love how
Oh wow.
they refer to him as a Z-list villain,
Yeah,
like the lowest of the low.
yeah. That was one of the first series I actually kind of when I got back into collecting comics. I read that. So like, oh, this is the big event going on, and I didn't know what the fuck was going on with that. But yeah, I thought it was funny that they actually included him in some way, even if it was kind of just offshoot, really.
Yeah, well, yeah. For most of the series, they make him seem like he's the kind of the big villain in all of it, but you know there's like again he's a Z-list
So,
villain. You know,
yeah.
yeah, you know he's just serving a purpose. So yeah,
I will. I love the orb, but for me, it's 8 Ball all the way. For you guys know 8 Ball, right?
yeah,
Yeah, I love for a character who's just a big circle on his head. 8 Ball. I'll take eight
yeah,
ball. Also
yeah,
another just absolute joke of a character. Aaron,
yeah.
have you seen 8 Ball before?
Uh, I don't think so. Like when you say 8 Ball, I think it was like a bald dude or something like that. But I don't think that's. Yeah, I didn't know that was a villain.
Oh gosh,
He's a beauty. He's a hero. No,
yeah.
he has a
Satin.
great role in the Moon Knight comics over the
Yeah.
last few years.
Oh wow.
Yeah, yeah. Speaking of Moon Knight, Doc, there's one more Star Wars Black Series for you, and I'm curious to see what you think about this one because it's the Battle of Mustafar.
Oh wow.
That's
Ooh,
cool.
that's kind of cool. Oh wow, I like that.
It's a pretty cool set.
Yeah, they're
Oh man.
really doing it up with some of this packaging too. That looked like it was pretty fancy.
Oh, and it comes with like the cool. I love this stupid little like swinging effect they
Yeah,
have with the
Oh
lightsaber.
really?
that's so cool.
I
Oh
love
wow.
it. I love it. It's so
Yeah.
good.
That's badass. I mean, I out of that when they did the 1 through 3, I think 3 was probably the coolest one. Again, just looking at it from as me as just watching it for the sake of watching the movie. That final scene was pretty cool. That
Oh,
Yeah.
fight scene, I should say.
Yeah.
the
Definitely.
I think the only downside to this, and the one thing they could have added, was an alternate sculpt for Anakin with only one arm and no hair and just a little crispy, you know?
They
Dave just said that
Oh,
it needs
oh,
to come with the. Dude, that would be. Oh man, that would be really freaky for my daughter. But yeah.
So and Samrock is correct. This one is a San Diego Comic-Con exclusive, so it might be
I
a
mean,
tricky one to get a hold. But
you really could get a loose Anakin off of Mercari or eBay or something and just throw him on the barbecue for a little bit. There you go.
nice custom figure.
yeah,
Yeah. Oh man.
no, it's I'm actually, if I can find this for a decent price, I'd pick it up for sure.
Yeah.
But I think that was kind of the big ones from the week. I don't think there's been too much else that's been of note. Oh, actually, I lied. Sorry. There's a Savage Land 3-pack from the
I saw
Gamerverse
that.
series. It's pretty
I
cool.
saw that.
Yeah,
I would
show that to my kid because I think he'd love the Sauron figure, but I don't think my wife would be too happy about the other figures that come with it. Unless I just kept those for myself. Like, yeah, fine. If it's him playing with it, then she's gonna be like, "Hey, that's pretty suspect."
Yeah, that Sauron's great.
Yeah, it's really cool. Super detailed.
I do wish the Rogue was an individual. I'd pick up that Rogue in a heartbeat if it was a single pack, though.
Yeah, definitely.
Because I can't remember what's this other chick's name again? What's her name?
Shizar? I don't know.
Is it just Shizar? I think you're right. I think it is just.
There's no way I'm right. I totally just made that up.
Hold on, I'm pretty sure it's Shizar. Oh, I gotta stop spilling. I gotta stop spilling water.
I have some.
Shizar.
She had a
Shanna.
There you go.
There we go.
Shana, something Shana. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had a few. She had a mini series that Frank Cho did the covers for. They're really good. Yeah, that's the only time I've seen her in modern history.
She must be in. So I'm really bad, and I have like 5 issues of the modern Rogueland Savage Land series. Did I say Rogueland? Rogue Savage Land series. Haven't read the first issue yet. I'm assuming she's got to be in there, right?
Would hope so.
I've read the first 2 issues, and I don't think she had made an appearance yet.
Really? Okay, fair enough.
And then I think I dropped off at like 3 or 4. I stopped picking them up.
Fair. I'm a sucker for those J. Scott Campbell covers. So he knows how to draw.
Oh.
You know?
John says Steranko did some great Shanna. I'd love to see that. Steranko's awesome.
Let me see what I can find here.
Dave, are you talking about Rogue's Savage Land? Saying it was unreadable.
Oh no, that's not what I want to hear. I'm already 5 issues deep. Does this look right?
I mean, I didn't know did that, but
I'm not too sure who the artist on this one. It was the first thing that popped up when I googled Steranko, and let me see if there's anything else. Yeah. I felt dumber. Oh no.
Yeah, well, there's some series out there like that for sure.
Yeah.
Did you read Death of Silver Surfer?
Issue 1, not yet.
Pretty
I
decent.
haven't read anything.
I'm intrigued.
Do they have writing?
Good question. Let's see.
It's busting out the 1 in 25. Let's see.
Although
Greg Pak
did the cover on that 1 in 25. Yeah, Jacob.
Yep.
Greg Pak and Sumit Kumar on art.
Yep.
Yeah.
The art's
I know.
Okay. And yeah, I'm not really sure how they're gonna do this in 3 issues, but
is it only 3 issues?
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah. Huh.
Oh, Ozzy's in this chat and said Steranko, so I'll never question him. He knows his artists.
I didn't realize that Death of Silver Surfer was only 3 issues. That's gonna be that'll be interesting to see how that plays out, because I haven't read issue 1, but I had this realization with Marvel. Their ongoings just kind of all are lackluster, and their little one-off stuff is just so much better. Uh, like when I'm thinking of like stuff I'm excited to read tomorrow from Marvel, it's like Avengers versus Aliens, and like I don't know what even else I like that gets me like maybe like the Godzilla versus I think Godzilla versus Avengers comes out as well. I don't know.
Mm.
That kind of stuff. I find that stuff is they're just writing it more meaningfully because it doesn't have to be like 45 issues long, or expected to be like super long. Like people expect to get a good story over like 4 or 5 issues and then call it a day, right?
Yeah.
Like more focused, it sounds like.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. There's not a lot with Marvel right now that I'm like chomping at the bit for. Only exception that comes to mind is the Daredevil series at the moment. That's been pretty good, but we're also only 2 issues in, so. And I think that's only going to be 3 issues as well, so never mind.
That's the one where he's old, right?
Yeah, the name of the series is skipping my mind at the moment, which is not surprising, but
Yeah, I actually, so I had seen the previews for it, and then I actually spoke to Dean White, who I think he's doing the colors on it, starting with the second issue. I think he was at the Ontario Con, and I was
wow.
happy to find some of the work he did in Uncanny X Force. And he's like, "Oh, you should check out this one if you like Daredevil." And I was like, "Oh, yeah, I'll probably check that out because I really like his work in terms of color."
Yeah,
But the concept looked cool. When I saw the previews for it, it looked pretty cool.
that's awesome. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't given it a read, definitely check it out.
Yeah, I have a Word document of different titles and series that I need to read at some point. I update it every now. I update it more with new titles than I do of taking stuff off.
Yeah, you're behind, dude. If you've
Yeah,
got a Word document,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Wow,
I,
that's great.
I I'm trying to keep track of things that I need to check out at some point.
I hope
Yeah.
Ultimate X-Men is on there.
That's the one that Peach is doing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, I have Spider-Man and what's the other one that's doing the Ultimates?
There's the Ultimates, and then there's Ultimate Black Panther, Ultimate
Yeah.
Spider-Man, Ultimate X-Men,
So I have
Wolverine as well.
and Wolverine.
oh
Yeah.
right, so that's the other one. I have the Ultimates. I have Ultimate Spider-Man and Ultimate Wolverine on the list. I don't have the X-Men on there. So
Oof, my
if you're
heart.
saying it's worth reading, though, I can easily update that Word document.
I think if do you like are you mess with anime at all?
Yeah. I love One Piece. Well, I think that's probably the biggest thing that I keep up
Yeah.
with now. Like I'm looking for scans every week.
I say if you're okay, if you like anime, I think Ultimate X-Men fits into this perfect space of
Okay.
like familiar characters with like not familiar themes in comics. It's a little more, yeah, anime inspired for sure. Like, but just I don't know. I love Momoko, so I'll just say good things about it regardless. But it's if you like X-Men and you like anime, like just check it. I would say just check it out.
No, I
Yeah.
think I kind of just wrote it off. I mean, I like Peach's coverage for the most part, but it's like, well, she's doing like full interiors. Like, I was kind of like, I mean, maybe I'll check it out. I mean, even though it is an X-Men title, I could be kind of picky about art sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It 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 fits the story. She uses her artwork very well within like the story itself. Like it even though it's X-Men and you expect X-Men stories to look or feel a certain way, she does a good
Yeah.
way, a good method of kind of bridging her style with again like stuff like anime and then also like Western kind of comics as well. Uh West Coast Avengers, Ultimate X-Men is different, and that's good. She's doing something that deviates from Marvel does.
Yeah.
And I think that's a big deal,
Yeah.
right? we kind of just mentioned, like most of the stuff that they're doing nowadays is it's not hitting.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I think Ultimates is the exception for Marvel. I think anything in this Ultimates umbrella, just like DC, anything in the absolute umbrella, they're figuring it out finally, you know.
Hickman. It's always Hickman.
Yeah.
I read issue 1 of the Ultimates, the new one. I loved it. I haven't kept up with it, but that one was one like, yeah, this one I'm gonna definitely dive into again.
Yeah.
Nice.
Are you
And then,
wait? Are you reading Ultimates, Doc?
Am I what?
Are you reading Ultimates?
Not Ultimates. I'm behind on everything that I was reading, which was Spider-Man, Black Panther, and I was like only 2 issues into X-Men, and I've stopped buying it at a certain point, so I probably need to get back caught up on that. John with Paper Chase pointed out Bring on the Bad Guys one shot Mephisto, sorry, which sign me up for anything Mephisto.
That just came out recently, right? I saw a few covers for
There's
some of them.
variant
I think
covers
it comes
coming
out
out
this week.
Okay.
I don't know if it's this week it starts or if it's oh no, it is this week. Yeah. It is this week. Yeah. Yeah, it's a series of one shots, and then they did a bunch of variants over the last few weeks. There's a little Mephisto.
My daughter hates this thing.
There is
when I first moved in, I had my garage door open and I was kind of like moving stuff around, and I had these Mormon kids show up, like the missionaries that walk around neighborhoods.
Oh yeah.
And I had not by any plan, but I had him out, and they were definitely like eyeing him. And I just kind of thought that was funny.
That is awesome. This is a Eastman Doom cover.
Yeah, dude.
So if you're looking for an Eastman Doom, there you go.
He had another cover come out. What was that? Oh, I don't know. I'll show it off next time. But anyways,
do you have sorry, I was Aaron, do you have any favorite like modern artists that are putting stuff out, or do you like typically, like you said, like some of the older stuff kind of tickles your fancy a little bit more?
Like I said, I like Stegman. I like I'm really big on Joshua Cassara. So he did the recent, I think right now he's doing Wolverine and Deadpool, I think. He did X-Force and some X-Men. I really like his art. It's reminds me of Jerome Pena, who I really like. He hasn't been doing much lately. I think the big thing Jerome Pena did was 7 to Eternity with Rick Remender. What else am I big on lately?
Did you have some of his original art that you posted recently?
Who?
Of the artist you were just talking about?
Yeah, I actually got him to do a few commissions for me. I'm thinking about buying some original comic art from him. He did some cool work that featured the Juggernaut in some of the panels, which I really like. I was going to pull the trigger. He was at the con that was out here. But then I got distracted and I went to Chris Bachalo's booth and I bought something from him. So I didn't have any more money. But it's like I came back to tell them, like, look, I was gonna buy one of these pages, but I was waiting in line for Chris's stuff, and he had this cool Wolverine piece that I bought. And not to say like I'll catch you guys at the next one. That's basically what I told them, because he has a lot of cool stuff that I like. He was there also last year at the same con, and a few pages caught my eye, but these current ones that he had that featured Juggernaut were really cool. And then I'm looking for Jerome Pena art, but from what I hear, specifically from the Uncanny X-Force run, like he's not going to sell those unless somebody's buying the whole book.
So, wow.
And I can't do that right now. So I've asked, and he has a few covers that he did out, but they're not my favorites. So I'm kind of just like, do I want to just own something, or do I just want to wait till maybe a really nice one comes out?
Yeah.
We'll see. I'm like kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out in terms of original art. Probably all thanks to Dave.
Mhm.
But for right now, I'm kind of just like sticking with commissions, which I really like. So yeah, can't see it here, but I got a wall of like X-Men and mutant art going on.
Oh, nice.
Hopefully,
Yeah. Who did the Phantom X that you got recently?
that was Josh Cassara. Yeah,
I really liked that one.
yeah, that one came out really good, especially because he did like the bullet holes in the background and
Yeah.
presented him with the idea. I was like, look, I just want to look like he just basically like cleared a whole room of henchmen. So like, yeah, and he did the blood splatter on him and stuff, and then bullet holes in the background. It was pretty badass.
That's so
And then
great.
prior to that, he did one with the Polaris Magneto for me, which I really like.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah, it's been cool doing commissions lately, man. Feels good getting that stuff, being able to look at the art and hang it up, and then of course knowing that you're kind of supporting the artist directly, right? It's kind of a big deal.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll fall into the original art rabbit hole soon enough, I'm sure.
Yeah. Yeah, one artist I always make a point to stop and visit with every con I go to is David Mack, and
Ah,
I usually have like a when I go to a con I like to try to have a nice budget. And there's been many times where I've gone like to him first to just kind of get that out of the way, and have been like, I could just lose it all here right now, you know.
would it be
So
worth it? You ask yourself, is this worth it? Like I can just blow the whole budget right now, right?
yeah. It'll happen one of these days for sure. His stuff is surprisingly, on the more affordable side, I would say, for artists, which is, shocking for
Yeah, he did
someone of,
work, man.
yeah, yeah. But I guess when you get to the point where you've done so much, you don't have to charge as much as maybe people who have a more limited selection. I'm not sure, but yeah, I'm close. I'm right on the fence for sure.
Thanks, Dave.
he he yeah, he loves us blaming him for our obsessions.
Yeah, a little bit. Uh, I I want to show Aaron this because I feel like he'll appreciate it. Uh, so a couple years ago, there was a X-Men series called Immortal X-Men, and for this series, there was a bunch of variants done by an artist called Phil Noto. I shouldn't say called;
Okay,
his name is Phil Noto. Uh,
he did
and
some Uncanny X-Force stuff.
I-
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh,
and
yeah.
I love showing off this collection anytime I can because
mm,
I'm so proud of it, and Doc knows how proud of it I am because I spent, gosh, there's 18 issues here, and this is just my favorite set of X-Men covers that I own. Uh, so I just wanted to show this off because I thought you might
Yeah.
appreciate. There's
I
a great
think
selection of characters.
pretty sure I have that Emma Frost one. I got like a short box of just like Emma Frost covers.
oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure that one's there. Yeah, I vaguely remember the series. I remember these covers, and there was another Emma Frost cover from this run that I remember getting. I think Art Adams did it actually.
Mm,
Oh yeah,
Yeah, these are great. Phil Noto does some great work.
yeah.
yeah. I there's something just so classy about that kind of those portrait styles. I love seeing that kind of stuff when they do that kind of I don't know. I don't even know what that like the trope or an aesthetic for a certain run of variants. I don't know. I like it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, the timeless stuff
We're
that
cut out just a little bit there.
oh sorry. No, it reminded me of the timeless variant covers that
Oh yeah.
did. Although that was a big connecting piece and they just did the faces, but yeah, the fact that it's kind of just like a portrait.
Ooh, that was man, Alex Ross is really I shouldn't say he's milking those, but they're milking him on those, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. They
Yeah.
announced Only some X-Men ones of all things. Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, because every couple years, huh? I know the one. Do you have the Dark Phoenix one there from a little while ago?
Ooh.
Yeah. Got that one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorites.
Gosh.
Man, there's too much good comic book art these days, isn't there?
Yeah.
Oh, Aaron, do you have the? Did you see the Alex Ross when he did the homage to X-Men #1, like Jim Lee's #1?
The connecting coverage. Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Sorry,
I'll be right
Those-
back.
those
Sorry.
are- no, it's all right, man. I think we're kind of wrapping it up here, eh, Doc?
Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anything you wanted to cover before we kind of start to wrap her up?
No, I'm just thinking. I don't. I don't have a guest for next week off the top of my head. Which could change or could not change. But yeah.
And I will
I
say too, we may need to take a break in the first week of next month.
Oh sure. Yeah, we could always do that.
Potentially. Don't hold me to it.
Sure. Yeah. We'll keep everybody posted for sure. I'm
Yeah.
really wanting to kind of start diving into some additional content on here, maybe like some pre-recorded type stuff. But that stuff, it's harder than than I'm sure I think it is. So who knows? But yeah, Sloth is moving. He's making a little bit of a trek. So we might be interrupted for a week or two while he gets adjusted.
Yeah, I can almost say with the utmost confidence that the first, which is a Tuesday, we won't be doing a show.
Okay.
Almost guaranteed. Yeah, like that's the day I move, and it's Canada Day, so
Yeah.
Canadians are going to be busy drinking maple syrup and petting beavers and saying sorry.
Sure. Yeah. I will say, I was on John Paper Chase Comics channel a couple weeks ago. I think we covered that. He kind of gave me the open invite to hop on any of his lives. So, for everyone who just can't get enough of me, I'll keep you. Sorry. I'll keep you guys posted on when I might be hopping on. He gives me very last minute notices, so I might not have the opportunity to, but most people have come over here from his channel, so they'll be there anyways. But yeah, lastly, I just wanted to thank you, Aaron, for making some availability for us and coming on the show. You've been a good buddy of mine for a little while now. We talk pretty consistently, and just share our love for comics with each other. So happy to have finally had you on.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. Honestly, getting me out of my comfort zone and being on screen. I love talking comics for sure. As I'm sure
Yeah.
Jacob, via message, I can talk forever about comic books. But yeah, being on the screen is a totally different thing. But yeah, thank you guys for having me.
Definitely. Yeah, I think
And
it's just part of that kind of like, building community. And yeah, I mean, this was doing this actually still is pretty well out of my comfort zone even after 22 episodes, but again, it's just a place to talk about the things we love. So once I get kind of rolling on that, it's like I forget, that I'm in front of a camera and, self-conscious and all these things.
Yeah,
So
yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Yeah, so make sure you guys check the description in this video to see the links to Aaron's A1 comic stash. You can follow him on Instagram there. I was gonna say I was the 4,801st subscriber, so congratulations on breaking
Oh, nice.
4,800.
I'm
And
almost
we-
at
and-
5. I think people seem to like doing giveaways and stuff when they hit a big number like that. So I got to think of something to do.
yeah. And we kind of wanted to steer away from the reselling topic because it's kind of been a pretty consistent topic on the show for the last handful of weeks. But Aaron does sell, and he always has an amazing selection of books. So definitely check him out. And we totally forgot to shout out our sponsor. So last but not
Yeah.
least, don't forget
Yeah,
about our
go.
guy, Imperial Comics. You guys all know the spiel.
Got some great books, man. I've seen his live sells. He has some really nice books.
Yeah, he's a beast, man. You know, he does his Instagram sales, whatnot sales, and he's got a website. He's taking over. I don't know if you're familiar with Comics Warehouse on eBay. They're like one of the big
Yeah.
retailers, so he's pretty much taking the reins of that. So he's got like millions of comics. So
Oh,
the dude's putting in work, and he pays for our premium subscription and supports the
The-
show. So
yeah.
we give him some love every episode. So
Yeah. And again, the links to check out his stuff is all in the description. You can find all that information just right down there. And that's the show, guys. We did it.
yeah.
Congratulations.
And
Welcome.
shout out to the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. I mean, everybody was really interactive here the whole night. We really appreciate you guys. You guys also keep the show just so smooth, other than our technical difficulties.
yeah.
No,
Sorry.
don't worry about it, my
You're all
friend.
good, man.
All right, guys. That's it. Have a great night. We'll be back again next Tuesday for another episode of Paper and Plastic. See ya.
See you guys.